What's up guys, Charlie here. Welcome back to Conquering Kerbal Space Program. So, I figured out, at the end of the last episode, I was talking about memgraph and how I wanted to sort of limit the garbage collection that was happening, and I didn't know the hotkey. Well, I figured out the hotkey. It's whatever your modifier key is, depending on your operating system. In my case, it's Alt. Alt-End on the keyboard. Alt-End was the hotkey, and holy crap, the performance is greatly improved, okay? But the resources my computer is using is also like greatly increased. What do I mean by that? I mean that in the VAB, Kerbal Space Program was using like very little processing power. And as far as memory usage, I was using about 11 gigs. As soon as I activated this garbage collection, Kerbal Space Program started using 21 gigabytes of my RAM. I mean, wow. Now, that's not a big deal. I have more than that, and I'm not noticing any problems with using that much because, like, whatever. My system is also using a lot of compressed memory right now, and it's growing rapidly. So there's a lot of compressed memory being used right now on my system with my task manager. I don't have a way to show you that, because of the way my recorder works. It only records the game interface, but just have to go with what I'm saying, I guess, and just trust me that that's happening. So I'm currently using 21 gigabytes, 21.6 now, still growing actually, 21.6 gigabytes of RAM, and my processing is at 60% utilization, which is like 3 times higher than it was, so crazy happening right now. But we are ready to go, and I'm not going to change anything about this. I've decided that I'm okay with space junk. We're not going to change anything about this craft, and we're just going to get it going. I'm pretty pumped. So let's get memgraph out of the way, and let's launch this thing for reals, right? Well, I'm not going to change anything. It worked just fine. Oh, the one thing I am going to change, though, I'm going to lie. I am going to change one thing, just because it's weird. I'm going to move the probe to the back. So grab the probe and move it to the back. That's it. That's the only thing I'm going to change because I want to just have it be the right orientation. Save and launch. Alrighty, welcome to the launch pad. I expect a lot less garbage collection happening, and I also expect better frame rates because of memgraph. I really do. We're in real time. If you remember in the last episode when we were sitting on the launch pad, it was like flickering between being real time and not real time. We're definitely getting more real time now. That's actually happening. And garbage collection is happening instead of like once every 8 or 10 seconds, it's happening like well over a minute. So the time between garbage collections is really nice now. Memgraph, great mod, install it. If you have the RAM to support it, install it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. SAS on. It looks like the probe is still telling me it's backwards. Oh, I still have to go backwards. All right, well. Actually, you know what? Since I have the probe, let's do this. Let's say control from here. If I do that, the orientation corrects itself. I think I can still go forward too. Like, I think I can still control it. So, okay. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's see how the performance is now. Woo-hoo-hoo. We are using so much RAM, but the frame rates are nice. We're in real time all the way through the launch. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, I've been using memgraph wrong the whole time. I really should have figured out how to use this better. I kind of want to see what it's doing. I don't know. I'm currently using 22 gigabytes of RAM. Oh, there's garbage collection. Okay, that's what garbage collection looks like. It's when it stutters like that, right? So how long does it take now for it to do it? It used to do it like once every 5-6 seconds. And like, so it should, if it wasn't fixed, if it wasn't any different, it should be doing it like right now, but it's not, and that's a beautiful thing. We're also very close to real time all the way through the launch, and this craft has 79 parts, which is pretty cool. To have no slowdown in frame rate is pretty cool. Okay, so I am gonna pay a lot more attention now. I'm not ascending the way I should. But what I should have been doing is going to the south, and I haven't been, so I'm going to actually tilt this thing a little bit to the south now. And let's get a little bit of orientation down. I didn't also didn't wait for the right time either. which was a mistake. And now that I'm talking, I still ended up going to 108. Oh god. I can't do anything right. I'm just so excited to be playing KSP again. You just have no idea. It's just, oh my gosh, yay. And to be playing it with, like, this is great. You guys don't understand. I have been dealing with terrible frame rates because of all the mods that I'm using, because of everything that's, you know, all the parts in those mods and everything. I've been dealing with that for so long. And just having amazing performance with seemingly nothing changed. This is actually kind of the right direction for this. I don't think we're too far off as far as our angle. I don't think we're too far off. Probably not exactly where we should be, but we're not too far off, I don't think. So let's go ahead and tell this thing, I'm not going to use flight computer, but let's tell this thing to point towards the node. And also let's extend this. Gosh, this is great. Oh, this KSP is going to be so much fun. I want to see how the station works now. I want to see how it works with the station, as far as like the frame rates at the station with garbage collection doing this and memgraph compressing memory. Oh man, right now everything's kind of calmed down right now. Actually, since the latest garbage collection that took place, things have calmed down with the system. CPU usage, and again, this is a 6-core processor. Okay, CPU usage is around 30% right now. Memory is actually down to 18%. 18 gigabytes. But I also have system and compressed memory at 4 gigabytes. So not really any change. Still about 22 gigabytes of RAM usage. But that's freaking awesome. I've been sitting here going, man, do I really need 32 gigabytes in my system? And like normally I would tell myself, yes, I do, because you know I'm a media producer. I do animations and videos a lot, and like RAM gets used up. Adobe After Effects uses lots of RAM. It likes to use it all. And when I do the Hackintosh thing with Final Cut, if I need to use it, Final Cut 10 loves to eat RAM too. So having more RAM is really great for those two applications, but I never thought having this much RAM would help me with a game, like with an actual game. And memgraph has completely changed everything. If the mod developer for memgraph is watching this video, and I highly doubt he is, but if he is, I am literally, I'm just going to do this. You'll hear it, right? It's happening. I'm clapping for you, sir. Hats off to you. This is a phenomenal change. You guys don't see it, and I am already falling because I'm not paying attention. You guys don't see it, but it's a phenomenal change in performance. It is amazing. I do need to get rid of these engines. I should have been doing this a long time ago. Oh man, like this is, I'm totally not focused on the things I'm supposed to be doing because of this performance thing. Go back in the series and just like watch the last few videos. Maybe it's like from like 60 onwards, you know, just check in on a couple of them, right? And see when is the last time this counter was green, right? Just see if you can tell when the last time this counter was green when I had a craft in orbit. It's been a very long time. I'm super pumped about that. I'm just super pumped about that. Okay, well, back to doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is getting to min-miss. I have a lot less delta V now than I did before, and my orbit is totally whacked out because of all my geeking out. I was not paying attention to like anything I was supposed to be paying attention to. So this is not going to be nearly as smooth as we planned, but that's okay. That's why we have a little extra. Okay, so the maneuver we'll have then is now 823 meters per second. And it will put us 18K, which is great. 823 meters per second is a little bit more than we have available. We have 836 available, so that worked out just perfect. Granted, we should have had a little bit more because I wanted to use this stage to sort of get us captured, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I think the 759 we have here is more than adequate. It will be successful. Oh crap, how did that happen? What? How did that happen? What? extend the engines on this. How did I run out of fuel? Oh, shit. What? How in the hell did I run out of fuel? That maneuver had like 12 delta V more than I... Ooh, see, I'm getting this again. It's not reading me properly here. Ah, come on, man. Not this again. Now I have to face the node, and this is going to be a problem because it looks to me like I can't actually control this thing very well with these engines in the front. I probably should have test driven these engines. Probably. Let's do this a little slower. Yeah, see, it's moving up. I think it's because of... Oh, hang on. These things are fighting each other. Hold on. I think it's moving up like that because of the just imbalance. Like the craft's not balanced. That makes sense to me. I got 5 meters per second to go here. Yeah, we're moving. We're moving. Let's stop it there. Kill the rotation. And see where we are. We do not have a maneuver. We do not have an encounter yet. For some reason, this is no longer my target. Okay, so I need to go a little bit more prograde. I need to get over there. So, face prograde, and let's burn a little bit more until we get our encounter. Okay, stop. Now, it looks to me the encounter is at 104 right now. If I go just a tad bit more forward, it brings it in. Good, okay? So bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there at 33 because I'm not so sure about this thing performing as I expected. I did not expect it to have such a dramatic pull to one side. And these engines do not appear to have, there's no gimbling at all. It's just reaction wheels. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And I'm pretty sure it's because of this imbalance here with this adapter and stuff on the side. It's pulling everything around. So it's a little bit heavier on this end than it is on this end. So it gets pulled this direction. But I'll just have to fight that off. Take it really slow and fight it off, I guess. It's the only thing I can think of. So let's, it is what it is. Might lose some money here. We'll see. Let's time accelerate up to where our encounter is. I was like, I'm blown away by the fact that that happened again. Like, again, it happened, you know? It's, I mean, it was, I don't understand it, you know? Why is the time warp slowing down? Why is time warp slowing down? Oh, the Duna base package. I forgot all about it. See? Kerbal alarm clock, man. Coming in the clutch. Oh my gosh. Can I go to that craft? Hold on, can I go to, oh shit. All right, hold on. We gotta go to the Duna base station. Oh, where is it? Ground base. Come back. Out. Where is it? Duna, focus view. Ground base package, where are you? I imagined you were closer than this. I imagined you were significantly closer than this. Where is the Duna base package? Huh? I'm so confused. Where is it? Space Center. What is going on here? There it is. Tracking station can see it, but for whatever reason it wasn't showing me before. Let's go ahead and fly. Okie dokie. Ground base package is here. Everything looks good. Ish. Looks about as good as I can expect it to anyway. Hopefully this thing is making its way towards the maneuver node. And judging by how much time it's going to take to get to the burn, I think we'll be fine in reaching the maneuver node in time. Let's see. Battery power looks good. Yep. Liquid fuel looks atrocious. All systems completely non-nominal in terms of our delta V remaining. We're still just as screwed as we were before. But we can see Duna. It's right there. We're getting real close. And this craft is currently turning so that it can get closer. Now, what I could do, I still have time to do it if I want to, is I can change this maneuver if I want to. Can I focus the camera over there? How do I do that? I guess I have to zoom out first because I can't really click on it. Duna, no, that's not what I want to do. It's definitely not what I want to do. Come on. This is the part I don't like. The part where I can't click on the body that I'm... Like, I cannot click on Duna to get focused on it. Okay, so this maneuver currently is going to bring us in to 31K. And judging by this, it should put us in orbit. According to this. But that's according to maneuvers that are coming up, which need a significantly more... No, actually we have enough. No, we don't, because this, we're not supposed to use this. This is not something we have to use. So negative 415 is the prograde we need on this maneuver to get this orbit. But we only have 352. So the hope is this maneuver puts us in 31K into Duna's orbit, which I think will be enough. I think that'll be all right. We're going to be in Duna's orbit for a little while, but we're still not. It's going to be very close. I think we'll be okay. It's very close. Oh, we're burning right now. Oh, we're burning right now, and I can't do anything about it, so hopefully it doesn't go too far. Oh, flight computer, thank you. Oh. It's like if flight computer decides, I'm gonna keep burning because I missed the node or something, then it would just use all my fuel and I'd be screwed. So I need 415 for the next maneuver, and I only have 350. Okay, that's the problem. Just to get into orbit, not even to just drop down to the surface of Duna. That's just to get into orbit. Now, the problem here, big time problem here, is that I don't actually want to burn all of the fuel. I want to save a small amount of fuel because I want to burn at the apoapse. Once we do get into orbit, I want to burn at the apoapse just so that we don't we aren't continuously stuck, around Duna. I can aero brake over and over and over and over and over again to bring that apoapse down where I want it. That's fine, as long as I'm not too low and I burn up, which is probably going to happen after maybe the first pass, second pass, third pass. So eventually I need to burn at the apoapse to bring that periapsis up. And the problem is this maneuver with the flight computer is, it's not programmed in. Of course it's not programmed in. Okay. Okay, no problem, right? We'll cope. This node is in 5 hours. And where's the Minmus thing? We don't have a maneuver programmed into the Minmus thing. I feel like I should go back to the Minmus. We have 5 hours for this, so I feel like I should go back to Minmus, back to that thing that's going to Minmus right now, and just make sure there's a maneuver in there so that I don't miss it. So let's focus our view on Kerbin really quick. And then I want to focus the view after that on Minmus. I want to go to this. Switch to this. Oh boy. You know, this really wouldn't be Kerbal Space Program if there weren't like countless little problems you had to work through along the way. If everything went smoothly, it just wouldn't be Kerbal. Okay, so I don't have any connection to this because we're out of connection range, but once we get to Minmus, we'll be back in connection range. This thing has, I think, a couple of days until it reaches its destination, despite, you know, this distance, and I think it's got a couple of days. So let's focus the view on Minmus really quick, and I'm just going to put a maneuver in here. Hello. Put a maneuver in here to get ourselves circularized around that point. There's a hell of an inclination there, but that's actually a good thing because it will allow us to land where we want, which is nice. Also, you may notice, in case you didn't notice anyway, stock visual terrain, the mod, it revamps and retexturizes and resharpens all the terrains for the bodies. And so Minmus looks a lot different now. It looks a lot sharper. There's a lot more defined points around it. You can see a lot more detail. It's also a slightly different color. It's a little bit less ridiculous blue. A little bit more realistic to what it would be for maybe a planet. I mean, I can't say realistic because honestly, there's no way to tell what would be real for Minmus. So it is what it is. The Minmus one though, this maneuver, why is it not in Kerbal? Why is it not in Kerbal Alarm Clock? This should be in Kerbal Alarm Clock, should it not? I feel like this maneuver should be in Kerbal Alarm Clock, but it is not. I'm going to alarm, and it's going to insert it in there, okay? Does it not do it automatically now? I mean, not that I have any super big problem with that, but it would be nice if there was some sort of notification that that was going to happen, especially since I didn't update Precise Maneuver or Kerbal Alarm Clock. Didn't update either one of those two things, so I don't know why that would happen that way. But it is what it is. It's in there now. So, see, look, the Duna ground-based station isn't even in here. Like, our ground-based maneuver is not in here. Why is it not in there? I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that case, this is 6 away and the other one is 5 hours away. So it doesn't need to be in there, technically, because we're going to go and do it right now. So, okay, I guess episode 77 is the episode where we decide, where we figure out whether or not we have what we have. If we have a craft that's going to die or not. And I can barely click this. We're back. Duna's there. Now the trick here is going to be getting a connection with that satellite. So if I was to, yeah, no target, I know. If I was to figure out where that satellite is, let's time accelerate a little bit. Bring ourselves closer. I'm getting nervous. Just getting closer to Duna with this thing. Oh, it's getting me nervous. It looks like we might get a connection. Come on. Come on. Connect. Connect to this. Come on. How far away are you? I don't know. Come on, we need a connection. Yep, there it is. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. Whew, we have one. That's why the race, that's why we race. That's why we race. Node execute maneuver. Okay. That's why we did Duna race, because without that satellite there, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this stuff. So at least I have it in the flight computer now that we're going to be performing this maneuver. The maneuver is 415, like I said before. We don't need the 415, I don't think, because I don't know if that maneuver is taking into account the aero brake we're going to have during the course of the burn. So I think with the aero brake in, we'll be fine. So this signal delay is going to expire here. We have 47-second delay in the signal. And I'm going to get Kerbal Alarm Clock out of the way because I don't need it open. I'm going to have Flight Engineer open only because I really am nervous about not having enough. But we have a 47-second delay right now, which is pretty extreme. Hold maneuver prograde is just about ready to go. And now that command will pop. So what I want to do here is I'm going to put an additional delay of, let's say, I have some time. So let's say an additional 2-minute delay on this. That would be 3 minutes and 20 seconds for some. Oh, this is in seconds, purely seconds. Okay, so 120 seconds then. A 2-minute delay. Now, the reason I'm doing that, okay, if I do something, all right, it's going to take 40 seconds until that command gets there. But if I want to cancel it after I've sent it, it's also going to take that delay to cancel it. So that means that after I tell the computer to do something, I can do nothing to stop it because my command to tell it to stop won't get there until whatever that command is has already started. So I'm going to put an additional 2-minute delay on this right now so that when I tell the craft to do something, I have a chance to say, hey, wait a minute, no, don't do that. And I have about 2 minutes to decide whether or not I really want to do that, or 2 minutes to change my mind. So how that's going to work is I'm essentially going to give it a command. It will take 2 minutes to get there instead of 47 seconds, okay? Then if I say, delay plus signal delay. This is 2 minutes in addition to this, I think. So I think that's how that works. I could test it. Let's test it. If I say to retract this panel, yep, it's going to be that. So this is 2 minutes total delay, which I guess is fine. So there's going to be the regular delay, and then there's a signal delay put in place to do it in a certain amount of time. So I've got all this time, right? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? And then if I decide, actually, no, I don't want to retract these solar panels, what I can do then is just zero this out so there's no delay, and then I can say, actually, cancel this delay. So then I can submit that and hit this button and cancel it. Now what happens is, this signal's still being sent to the solar panels, right? It's gonna get there, and then we have a canceled command, which is already on its way too, but it also has the delay. But it doesn't have the additional delay. So this will reach, the craft will receive the signal that says retract the solar panel, but it will wait an additional 1 minute and 12 seconds to do it. Before that happens, this command will reach it, telling it to cancel, and as a result, it won't do it. It won't retract the solar panel. So that's how it should work. That's why I do the additional delay. So let's go back to 120 seconds, and I have a chance to correct things if I do something wrong now. So misclicks will not punish me because of a signal delay. That's why I do that. Additional security policy. So we should see in about 7 seconds, we should see this command go away. Instead of executing in 50 seconds, it will just go away and this will not retract. And there we go. That's why I do it. Okay, so that out of the way, let's take a look at Duna real quick and see if this is what we want to do. We have some time, we have a signal. This is the perfect time to execute this because given the distance, given the distance, we'll probably get a signal again. Maybe when the satellite's kind of up this high, we might get a signal again before we approach Duna. I think we will, but just in case, this is like the Goldilocks period where this satellite is on this side of Duna, and until it goes behind Duna here, we're gonna have a connection to the KSC. So that's what we need to focus on. How deep in do we wanna go with this maneuver? It's already more delta V for this maneuver than we have available. So we're gonna be 32,000 into Duna's atmosphere. I'm not sure that's enough. To be totally honest, I'm not sure that's enough, but it is what it is now. I can reduce this by making the maneuver happen early. That way we'll burn earlier, which will bring our periapsis down a little bit. It'll slow us down. It'll do more to the apoapse than the periapse, but I mean, it'll still slow us down enough to where this will drop a little bit. Another thing I want to do, I think I want to enter Duna's atmosphere at an angle, but the problem is then I can't burn the direction I need to burn. So what I think I want to do is program in, this will be hard to do. This will be very difficult to do. Oh, while we have a signal, let's correct these things. I'm gonna retract all solar panels. And then I'm going to wait a little bit, wait a little bit, wait a little bit, and then extend solar panels. Oh, and I have the additional delay on there, which is fine. That's an extra 2 minutes. I don't care. Let's time accelerate a little bit because I want to fix those solar panels. They look terrible. So these things will retract. They'll be brought in because of Venstock revamp. That's why they were messed up, because of the way Venstock revamp retextured the solar panels. And then we'll re-extend them, which will make them look the way they're supposed to look. So there we go. Those are fixed now. Yay, those are fixed now. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled programs. I think what I want to do is I want to put a maneuver in to make the burn, okay? Tell the craft, make this burn. Then tell the craft to try and point radial. That will make it on its side so it gets as much as possible. It gets as much atmosphere as possible. And I think I kind of want to move this maneuver just a little bit earlier. Because we are going to run out of fuel. So I'm going to move this maneuver just a little bit earlier than the periaps. And that's actually going to drop our periaps too. So you can see our periaps in this window down here is also dropping. We're at 31.8 now. If I move this a little bit earlier, I think what that will do is it will cause us to burn before the periaps. So we'll be falling while we burn, which is good. This is fine. Our periaps will also drop down to about 30K, maybe 29. That's going to create a ton of heat. But what I want to try and do is tell this thing to face radial. And what that will do, hopefully, actually, while this thing is doing flight computer stuff, is there any way to tell this? Is there any way to tell the flight computer to institute a roll of some kind? I don't think there is. Does this have fuel in it? It does. Can I cut the supply of this fuel? Now we have 328. That's fine. I want to cut this fuel's access, or access to this fuel, because I'm actually going to transfer it. Because it's right on the edge right now, and I'd like it to be kind of in the middle. So let's put this fuel here, inside this cone. Now, for whatever reason, fuel transfers have no delay, which is a little annoying. But I mean, you know, I guess it is what it is. It's a little annoying. It is. Now look, our delta V is actually going up in the second stage. What is the second stage? Oh, wait a minute. This is going to eject this, and this, and this, and then this gets ejected. Oh! Wait a minute, you guys. I think I just discovered something that could potentially save the mission. If I transfer fuel from here to here, delta V drops here, but it increases here. And look at this. I think this is our savior. Oh, God. Wow. I don't think there was anyone in the comments telling me this. Otherwise, I might have missed it. But this, I think, just saved the mission. Oh, hell yes. This is great. Oh, I cut access to this. Did I? How come there's 10? Oh, there's a bottom tank too, isn't there? Yes, there is. Let's put it in here. We have 490 meters per second now of delta V. Yay! And if I say decouple on this, there is no fuel left in this, right? This is all empty now. Yeah, this will institute some torque, but we have gimbling over here, so I'm not worried about that. If I say, not this one, decouple here. Oh, there's a delay. Okay. Do I want to decouple that? If I decouple, what happens to well, this stage goes away, which means there's less weight, which means we should have more delta V. This will give us 500 meters per second, which honestly I think is enough to correct our orbit and get ourselves in position. I don't think it's enough to land. Definitely not enough to land, but we can still at least get it in position and refuel it. I'm pretty pumped. Noticing that is cool. It's almost as cool, to me anyway, it's almost as cool as memgraph. Because I get to save my, whatever this is, 1.2 million, I think is what this was. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it's less than that. It probably is, but... okay, so let's time accelerate until... Okay, so now, this is what I mean. Now, if I wanted to say, no, don't decouple, please don't, it's too late. I can't avoid it now because it's going to happen before my signal to cancel it can get there. So you get it. I think by now you guys probably get why I do that. Time accelerate, and this decouple should happen in 3, 2, 1. Off it goes. We got an extra 3 meters per second. Big whoop. But it's out of here. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Okay. So we also have RCS. Now that's a thing I wasn't thinking of, but we also have RCS, and we could use the RCS system, our reaction control system. We have plenty of monopropellant in here. The problem with that though is that using the monopropellant as a propellant to get us and implement delta V change kind of requires manual control. I can't tell the flight computer to, hey, use your reaction control system to do this burn. I can't tell it to do that. So that's something we have to do when we have a signal. I planned on using the RCS at the apoaps to correct the orbit, but I wanted to have a little fuel just in case the RCS wasn't enough for this heavy craft. So I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. I think we're ready for this maneuver. Because we have enough now. We can totally, this burn, like, yeah, let's bring it back to the periaps. Like, whatever, you know? We can do this. So now I want to kind of preserve it and make sure we're not too deep so that we don't burn up. And I think 32 is perfect for that. So what I'm going to do is, the maneuver is when? The maneuver is in 1 hour and 1 minute. So we're probably going to reach this point here, I would think, in maybe like half hour. So if I put a maneuver here, if I say, I don't even know what a half hour is, 4,000 seconds. That's 1 hour. Okay, so 2,000 seconds. I'm obviously not doing math very well on the fly. Let's put a 33-minute delay on this. Okay. Yep, we'll put a 33-minute delay, and then that delay is a command to do this. We're going to retract all solar panels in 33 minutes. Wait, what is this? 5 days? No, that's not what I did. 5 days? Oh, 2,000 minutes. No, I wanted 2,000 seconds. See, this is what I'm talking about. 0. Cancel this command. Now we'll do 2,000 seconds. 33 minutes, that's what I want. And then we will say retract the solar panels. Okay, so that will be here, this one. So this maneuver is going to get canceled. This one will execute in 33 minutes and 32 seconds. Now after that happens, I also want, and this is going to be the crazy part because I really want to make sure I don't lose control of this thing. We're going to tell it to also deactivate this Communitron 32. That's going to cut us out of all communications with this thing. Here's the thing, okay? I'm going to tell it to do that in 33 minutes. So we're going to lose connection to that in 33 minutes. Then, in, let's say, 4,000 seconds, so in 1 hour, in 6 minutes. No, that's when the burn is. Let's do 8,000 seconds. So in 2 hours, I want you to bring this back. The problem is I can't tell it to do that. Damn it, I can't tell it to do that because this is already down. Or this has to be down in order for me to have that command as an option. Ah, that sucks. Because I wanted to make sure the antenna did not did not get burned up. So I wanted to retract it while we were in the atmosphere, and then the computer would re-extend it. But it doesn't look like I can do that because I don't have the option to tell it to redeploy. Darn it. All right. Zero this out. Let's cancel that command for the Communitron. I guess that's it then. So after the burn, what do I want this to do? I want this to point radial. I want it to try its best to get on its side. Or do I just let it go? I think right now I just let it go because like we have enough fuel now. Provided, of course, this doesn't suck it dry. It says we have a 20-minute. Oh, that's another thing I have to do. Thrust limiter. Hello. Bring that up. There we go. So that's the second thing I need to do. I need to also cancel the maneuver now because the maneuver is set to do it. Okay. I need to cancel the maneuver. Hold maneuver prograde. That one's fine. And I need to re-execute the maneuver now. See all this stuff that we're doing here? And this is all time delay. We're juggling times but I think once all this dust settles and all these signal delays kick in, we should have a fairly good idea of what we're doing. So let's time accelerate a little bit to get all these sort of junk nodes out of here, these junk commands that I'm canceling, and get those out of there, so we can really get a good idea of what we're doing. Okay, we'll hold maneuver. That's going to happen. The solar panels are going to retract in 30 minutes. The maneuver then happens in 55 minutes. Oh, this is already in. Well, whatever. We'll cancel this one then. I just want to clean up the interface. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, but whatever. Yeah, throttling back time warp. That's fine. Okay, so now this is really clean. So we're going to retract the solar panels. That's going to happen in 29 minutes. Then we're going to hold maneuver prograde, which is actually retrograde for the orbit. Then we're going to burn it. So after that, right, that's in 57 minutes. I think after, let's say, 8,000 seconds, which is 2 hours from now, at that point, I want to extend all. I like that this command to extend all is in there. I wish that that was also in the Communitron because I would really like to have retracted that in the atmosphere. But it is what it is. That's the maneuver, that's the commands, let's do it. And we're close enough now to where if we did need to change anything, it would take a huge amount of resources to do it. Actually, you know what, since we have this is kind of interesting. What if I was to burn monopropellant now to slow us down? That would help even more, wouldn't it? We have a connection, we can do it in real time. It'd make our craft a little lighter, easier to yeah, maybe we could try that. Let's see what that does. If I turn the reaction control system on, oh god, toggle RCS, 45 seconds. Okay. Forgot about that. Maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. I think I'll turn the reaction control system on anyway, just so this thing can easier control itself. You know, it can use the reaction control system now to keep itself pointed and oriented the way it needs to be. So it is what it is there. Okay, 3 minutes till maneuver. Oh, I'm nervous. Let's go. We are so close now. Less than 100,000 meters away from Duna's surface. This is the closest we've ever been to Duna. So far in this playthrough anyway. Let's burn. Oh man. Yeah, that's actually a delay. So I'm holding H right now. I'm holding H so that I can use the RCS thrusters to burn forward, right? But because of the delay, me holding H right now isn't doing anything, and it's not going to do anything for another 40-something seconds. Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's not it at all. We don't have a connection. Okay, never mind. Well, either way, this thing will do its thing. This thing will do what it needs to do. We are now in the atmosphere for Duna. I think this is going to start dropping now. Right. It's going up. I don't know what that I don't know. Oh, it's going, this is a negative number, so it's going down. Okay. Maneuver's got to start burning here pretty quick. Our engine's getting hot. We're aero braking. Hopefully nothing busts or breaks. The music is still the music you get when you're in space. I would have expected the game to switch music, but it didn't. Very odd. Whatever. Time accelerate a little bit. Let's get the burn started. I want to see the effects of this. Time acceleration. Okay, here we go. Boom! Firing the engines. We're slowing down. There was a little bit of heat. There was a heat gauge here right before we started burning. I'm hoping that slowing us down like this is the answer. Yeah, look at the Delta V. Look at the Delta V get killed. What the hell? Look at that. Look at that crap. You see that? We're out of fuel. This thing showed 490 meters per second. We didn't even get halfway through our burn. Look at that. There is something seriously bugged about this craft. I have half a mind to hyper edit this thing into orbit of Duna because of how many times we've been robbed with this. Something is totally bugged and glitched out. If this doesn't reach orbit here, if this doesn't reach orbit, I'm gonna hyper edit this. I'm gonna go back to the quick save that I just made before entering because I wasn't sure if we were gonna get robbed again. I'm gonna go back to that quick save and I'm gonna hyper edit this thing into orbit of Duna. I think that's totally fair because we've been robbed twice now. This thing, whatever this bug, whatever this glitch is with this mainsail, has sucked almost 2,000 Delta V away from me for no reason. This thing had so much fuel in it, it was ready to land on Duna with fuel to spare. I should have 1,200 meters per second right now. And instead, I can't even complete this maneuver. So, yeah. And I can't also, I'm not going to be able to get into orbit. We're gonna skid right off the surface of Duna, right off the atmosphere. We're not gonna get to orbit. Which is just silly. Just super silly. So, this into, that's unfortunate, but like honestly, leave me your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Is that fair? Can I hyper edit this into Duna's orbit without people saying that I cheated? Is that something that can happen? If not, then I won't. If you guys are like, no, that's what the game did, and that's the way it goes, then that's fine. Well, whatever. I'll just lose the craft. I'll try again. That's fine. But I propose, as someone who is going to, I guess, ask a question of the board of directors, aka the viewers of this channel. What do you think is a justified reaction to this? Because you have video evidence, you saw it, it's right there, it happened in real time. 490 meters per second of Delta V was gone in less than 200 meters per second of burning. So, yeah, that happened. That's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know what you think. It really helps the channel. It really does. You have no idea. Comment below, of course, as always. And that's pretty much it. I will see you next time, hopefully with more success. Take it easy. Bye.